You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about Dallas Cowboys Hall of Famer wide receiver Michael Irvin here in this video. Now, over a month ago, Michael Irvin was sent home by NFL Network because some female employee at the Marriott accused Michael Irvin of actually doing something or saying something. And still today, like a month later, we still don't know what he has been accused of. Michael Irvin himself still does not know what he's been accused of. Two judges have said, Marriott, you need to turn over the tape. Michael Irvin has not seen the tape. Now, apparently his lawyer has actually seen the tape, but Michael Irvin has not. Michael Irvin gave a press conference today, guys, and he got very, very emotional because something similar actually happened to him back in the 1990s when he was actually a member of the Dallas Cowboys. And the story was completely fabricated by this female that actually accused him of doing something. Michael Irvin has been very, very clear that he did nothing wrong. The witnesses said that he did nothing wrong. But NFL Network, the NFL, sent him home. They're trying to smear this man's name and put him in a very, very bad light. Now, here on Outkick, it says, visibly emotional Michael Irvin compares Marriott's treatment of him to black man being lynched. Now, I understand where he's coming from. I would not have made that particular comparison, but I do understand where he's coming from. And we got a couple of clips here. We're going to look at them. And Michael Irvin is definitely emotional in doing his press conference. He definitely wants to clear the air on he did nothing wrong. He doesn't even remember the conversation. And he still at this point doesn't even know what he's being accused of. I mean, you would think at this point he would at least know what he's being accused of. He said something. That's the allegation. But what was said? What was said? Let's go ahead and look at this, guys. Michael Irvin vehemently denied ongoing allegations of misconduct during an emotional press conference on Wednesday. In doing so, he compared his treatment by Marriott hotels to a black man being lynched. Now, the reason I wouldn't have went that far, but I do understand, is that when a black man was lynched, he lost his life. Michael Irvin has not lost his life. Also, he hasn't lost his job. He's still actually employed by NFL Network, and he still appears on ESPN. So I understand where he's coming from. I would have not made that comparison, though. Irvin, 57, was removed from his assignments with NFL Network just before Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. The decision came after a woman working at a Marriott hotel accused him of misconduct. What type of misconduct? That's what I want to know. The Pro Football Hall of Fame wide receiver has since decided to sue the accuser and the Renaissance Hotel, which is owned by Marriott, at which the alleged incident occurred. He seeks $100 million in retributions and believes that he is a target of cancel culture. I do believe that as well. Two witnesses who were at the hotel when the alleged misconduct occurred have backed Irvin in his innocence. They say that the allegations are fabricated. Now, let's go ahead and look at a couple of these clips here. That first clip there is just Michael Irvin actually walking in. But right here, Michael Irvin does get pretty emotional. And it says here, ex-Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin was visibly emotional when witness Brian Davis delivered his account of what transpired February 5th between Irvin and a woman at a hotel lobby. Irvin said the incident has forced him to question how to address people who approach him in public. Yeah, Michael Irvin, if I was to actually meet Michael Irvin, I would definitely want to approach him. I'm a big-time Dallas Cowboys fan. He won 3 Super Bowls. I would definitely want his autograph. But if he told me, hey, keep your distance, I don't do that anymore, I would completely understand. And that's sad. But let's go ahead and watch this clip here.
A woman had come around the corner, kind of met Michael at the corner. They had a very brief interaction that was, super, friendly, lots of laughter. And Michael went back to his room. I went back to my seat. And 2 days later, I read about the story that we're talking about now.
At any point in time, did you see anything that caused you concern, you thought was inappropriate? Mr. Irvin should have done that, just untoward. Did you see anything like that? Well, it's frozen Zoom. He is in Europe. Guys, if he comes back, I'll do it. Other than that, I think that concludes our press conference. These gentlemen have offered to take questions if you want to. We're not going to take questions based on the fact that we still have this current lawsuit going on. So I appreciate everybody showing up today.
Wait a minute, let me say this.
Okay.
Because I kind of lost it just listening to Phil talk. Because I'm struggling. This is what I struggle with. You try to be an ambassador of the league and also understand that God has blessed me and given me a platform and try to touch people, try to raise people, try to lift people up. And I don't know, I met a lot of fans, but I've always tried to be good with people. I'm struggling now saying, do I not talk to people? What do I do? Because of this kind of a situation, I know I didn't do anything wrong. I knew I didn't do anything wrong, and I was trying to do everything right. So it's just, though I say that, I gotta come back to this moment. Had I not said to these guys, you know what, you cool guys, let's go outside and take that picture, then they wouldn't have been right there with me. And that would have been a moment that I've had alone, and I know nobody's gonna listen to what I say. Nobody, still, at least Marriott, don't wanna hear what we have to say. Don't wanna hear what I have to say, don't even care to share it. So, I just got emotional thinking about it because I'm struggling with that, on what to do moving forward after I deal with all of this. That's all I want to say, guys.
So there you have it right there. Michael Irvin saying it's kind of hard to, I guess, approach fans in the future because of this situation right here. Now, this is the clip where he actually compares, this to actually being lynched, back in the day. So let's go ahead and check out this clip here.
This sickens me. Because in this great country, this takes me back to a time where a white man would accuse a white woman would accuse a black man of something. And they would take a bunch of guys that were above the law, run in the barn, put a rope around his foot and drag him through the mud and hang him by the tree. Not a thought about what would happen, not an investigation, not after repeated attempts of people trying to go and say, guys, here's what really happened. Here is what really happened. Here are witnesses that'll say this. Here's witnesses that'll say that. They said, we don't want to hear. We do not want to hear. How can I defend myself if I don't even know what I'm defending myself against? They asked me, they said, do you remember this girl you met in the lobby? I work and I live in hotels. I stay in hotels all year long from August to September. I meet people every day walking in and out of a lobby. I couldn't even tell you what she looked like. I don't know. I don't even know who I'm talking about. When I'm talking about, I'm supposed to do something. And this just blows my mind that in 2023, we still dragging and hanging brothers by a tree. That blows my mind that I have no opportunity to defend. I don't even know what I'm defending. And absolutely, to not listen to the court. Marriott is above the law because I still haven't seen this tape.
So there you have it, guys. Michael Irvin says he has not seen the tape and compares his situation to a black man being lynched in the 60s, I guess. I don't like that comparison, but I completely understand where he's actually coming from when he says that. The man still doesn't know who his accuser is. And I believe the last judge said that Marriott has the right to actually withhold the identity of the woman. Why? I mean, if you are being accuses something, you should actually be allowed to know who is actually accusing you. So I completely disagree with that. But Michael Irvin clearly upset about this. I don't know when we're actually going to get a resolution to this. $100 million. I mean, will Marriott eventually come out and say, hey, Michael, let's settle this? I mean, if there is a settlement, you know what? They should actually have to come out publicly and say, hey, we were wrong. Nothing happened. But I don't think that's going to happen. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.